Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown. This is Saturday, December 25th, Christmas Day 2021. I am your host, Bronco Bill. All right, guys, I hope everybody out there had a wonderful and very safe Merry Christmas and that we're getting all ready for football tomorrow. And that's why I'm bringing this video now, because it was pretty hectic. I couldn't do it Friday, hectic, and of course this morning being Christmas, so I'm bringing it to you this afternoon. Once again, guys, I hope everybody had a wonderful, safe, Merry Christmas, and that we're ready for Bronco football tomorrow. All right, let's get into a recap of the AFC West from last week. I know it's been almost a week, but let me get right into it and refresh your memory. Start off with Cincinnati at Denver. Now, my last video was very, very heated, emotional, passionate, and I'm not really going to go back over that and rehash that. But what I do want to touch on is the fact that the Broncos have lost all 4 games to the AFC North. And what that means, guys, is that for playoff implications, Denver has to climb over 3 of the 4 teams in that division. Reason why I say that is obviously one of the teams is going to win the division. It's either going to be Baltimore Ravens or the Cincinnati Bengals. Well, Denver lost to the Bengals. So if the Bengals don't win the division, Denver has to jump over them for a wild card. Cincinnati is 8-6. Denver is 7-7. Final score, Cincinnati 15. Let me adjust this light, starting to flicker. Cincinnati 15, Denver 10. Denver had a chance to win this game, but didn't on a fumble by Drew Lock at the 10-yard line that lost that game for Broncos. It was like I said, I'm not going to rehash that entire game. I did that in length. That was my last video, and it was totally dedicated to that game, the Broncos-Bengal game. So if you want to see that, go back and look at that one from a week ago, and or actually from last Monday or Sunday, I should say, last Sunday, and you'll get all the lowdown of what I felt about that game. But the Broncos have lost all 4 games to the AFC North. So that means the Bengals, the Browns, the Ravens, and Bengals, Browns, Ravens, and Steelers. We lost all of them, guys. So our only hope is that somehow, some way we can get help from teams down the road, and the Broncos must win last 3 games. And I'll get into that when I do my predictions. But once again, final score, Cincinnati 15, Denver 10. That one hurt, guys. That one really, really hurt because of the fact that and going into that game, Denver was 7-6 and Cincinnati was 7-6. Cincinnati wins, they go to 8-6. Denver loses, they drop to 7-7. That's how huge that game was. Not to mention the fact, again, of playoff implications and tiebreaker. Denver doesn't own a tiebreaker against the AFC North. That is critical, extremely critical, because they also don't own the tiebreaker against the Chiefs in the AFC West. They also don't own the tiebreaker against the Raiders in the AFC West. Yes, we did beat the Chargers, but we have to play them again. So, again, Denver has to win out. Plain and simple. There's no other way Denver has any inkling of a chance to make the playoffs if they don't win out and get help. They did it to themselves, guys. They did it to themselves because they had a chance to beat the Bengals. And I'm not going to keep smashing on Drew Lock because he's our starter against the Raiders. And like I said, I'll get into that on my prediction. But the bottom line is we had a golden opportunity chance to go 8-6 and tie the Chargers for second. I don't know, guys. All I can say is we had a chance. So that's where they stand after losing to the Bengals. They're 7-7. All right. The Thursday night game was the Chiefs at the Chargers. Final score, Chiefs in overtime, 34-28. Now, this was a shootout, guys. This was an absolute shootout. Chiefs had a huge lead. Chargers came back. It was back and forth in the fourth quarter, and it went into overtime. Travis Kelce breaks off, does a nice little in route to the middle of the field, catches a pass, and then nobody touched him. He just eluded every single Charger player, headed to the end zone to win the game. Like I said, final score 34-28. This game, like I said, went into overtime, and by the virtue of the Chargers losing, that helped Denver because it kept the Broncos one game back of the Chargers, and they have to play them a week from Sunday. So that was huge. So that was a big, big win for the Chiefs, for them, obviously, but it was a big, big win for the Broncos to keep the Chargers one game ahead instead of two. Had Denver, I know I can go back and forth with the what ifs. I'm not going to. First and foremost, I'm not going to because I can't do anything about it. It's in the past. We got to move forward. But I'm glad the Chiefs won. Various reasons. Helped out Denver, and I also don't like the Chargers. We all know that if you go back and look at my video about that as well. All right. That put the Chiefs at 10-4. And it dropped the Chargers to 8-6, one game ahead of Denver. All right, let's go to the Raiders at Cleveland. Now, the Raiders and Cleveland were neck and neck. At one point, right down to the wire, it was 14-13 Cleveland. Raiders came back and won that game on the final play of the game, a 48-yard field goal by Carlson on the very last play of the game. Final score, Raiders 16, Cleveland 14. Now, by virtue of that, the Raiders winning, they went 7-7. Cleveland dropped to 7-7. But that's a good thing. I know the Raiders are in our division, and we normally don't cheer for them unless it helps the Broncos. That's the way I am with every team. I'll even cheer sometimes. Maybe it's hard to do, but sometimes I'll cheer for the Chargers if it helps Denver. Not very often do I do that. And I don't rarely do that with the Raiders either. But in this case, the Raiders did help out the Broncos by winning. Even though the Raiders hold the tiebreaker over us, I still had to cheer for them because Cleveland owns a tiebreaker over us as well. So in a way, it was a no-win situation, but having Cleveland at 7-7, that does help out Denver because of the fact that if we win Sunday, Cleveland loses, which they did. They just lost to the Packers today, 24-22 Green Bay. So Cleveland dropped to 7-8. Denver's in the driver's seat as far as leaping over them into playoffs. If they can beat the Raiders on Sunday, tomorrow. That's going to be huge, guys. Every game from here on out is huge. Like I mentioned, we cannot lose another game. Period. Exclamation point. There's no other way to explain it other than we cannot lose. We lose Sunday, it's over. You might as well wipe your hands. You might as well roll up your towel. You might as well put away your Bronco blanket. You might as well look to next year because we won't have a chance. I don't care how many teams lose in front of us. If Denver can't beat our own division, Raiders, Chargers, and Chiefs are the last three games in that order. If we can't win those games, we don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Playoffs? Playoffs? Don't talk to me about playoffs. Exactly. Herm Edwards. Exactly. And that's exactly how it is. Plain and simple. Can't make it any more simpler than that. So that put like I said, I put the Raiders at 7-7 and Cleveland at 7-8 now because they lost to the Packers today earlier. So that's a great thing for the Broncos. I hope they use that as motivation. I hope they use anything as motivation. They're going to have to. They're going to have to find a way to beat the Raiders. So let me jump into my predictions for week 16 of the NFL season. And here it is. Chargers at Texans. Chargers are 8-6. Texans 3-11. At Houston. I don't care if it was at Death Valley. Chargers are not going to lose this game. They are not going to lose this game. I know that's hard for me to say because I really want them to lose, obviously. They're in our division. They're a game ahead of us. Of course I want them to lose. But they're not going to lose to the Texans. Are you kidding me? Texans are 3-11. Yes, they've won 3 games. Yes, any given Sunday, anything can happen. But not this game. Not this game. Sorry, guys. Chargers are going to win this game. Barring a miracle, of which I hope, please. Barring a miracle, Chargers are going to win this game. And they will go to 9-6. And Texans will go to 3-12. All right, next game. Steelers at Chiefs. Now, this is playoff implication for the Steelers for sure. The Steelers sit right now at 7-6-1. They own the tiebreaker over the Broncos. They also have a tie, which gives them 1 less loss than Denver. So that's 2 things working against the Broncos. Except the Steelers are playing the Chiefs at Arrowhead. Chiefs want to remain in that number 1 spot in the AFC West. They want a bye week to go into the playoffs. They absolutely want a bye week going to the playoffs. The Chiefs are 10-4. They're sitting on top of the AFC West, like I mentioned. They don't want to lose that spot. So they're going to come out fired up, strong, ready for the game. The fans are going to be in full throttle, full throat. It's hard to win at Arrowhead. Extremely hard to win at Arrowhead. The Chiefs do have some players on COVID protocol, just like every team. But they did get Hill. Hill came back off of the COVID protocol. I don't know about Travis Kelce. I haven't heard that he's off of the list yet. But if he's not, well, they have other weapons. That's for sure. And Patrick Mahomes he's a magician. He'll find a way to get it to, any one of his other receivers. I just don't feel that the Chiefs are going to lose this game. Not at home. Not when they have home field advantage throughout if they win out. And remember, they play the Broncos the last game of the season. But if they already have it wrapped up, Denver could get a break there. Absolutely could get a break if they have everything wrapped up and they want to rest their players and they already have home field advantage. Let's hope that happens. That's another reason why I want the Chiefs to win this game. They can knock Pittsburgh down to 7-7-1. And if Denver wins against the Raiders, Denver would go to 8-7. And they would jump ahead of the Steelers. Like I said, Cleveland already lost today. They could jump over them. That's 2 teams they could jump over with a win. All you need to do, Denver, is win. I mean, this is Christmas. Would you please give me a beautiful Christmas present and beat the frickin' Raiders? And that brings me to the Raiders and Bronco game. Denver at Vegas. Denver's 7-7. Raiders are 7-7. Raiders have beaten the Broncos 3 straight games. Something has to give, guys. But here is a footnote to that game. Teddy Bridgewater is still in concussion protocol. He is not going to play in the game tomorrow against the Raiders. Enter Drew Lock. Now, I know I've been harsh on Locke. I know I said he's an idiot, and I don't want to see him back on the field in a Bronco uniform. But I guess I got to swallow those words going into this game because we need him in this game. Drew Lock needs to be the best version of, well, I probably shouldn't say the best version of himself because I don't know what that is other than throwing interceptions and giving the ball away on the 10-yard line. But I need Locke to be a professional quarterback. Don't make stupid mistakes. Don't throw into triple coverage. Don't take a sack when you can throw the ball away. Hang on to the ball if you're going to get hit with both arms. Hand the ball off. Run. Hand it off to Williams. Hand it off to Gordon. Let the players around you impact. Be impactful. Don't lose this game, Locke. Don't lose it. This is your opportunity, straight up, to send a message not only to the Bronco organization, but maybe around the league if Denver decides to cut you at the end of the season or trade you. You need a resume, and right now your resume is an F. We need your A game. A as in ability. A as in accuracy. Use your head. Be smart, not stupid. You have an arm. You have ability. But you also have to manage the game. You watch Peyton Manning. You saw how Peyton Manning managed games. You don't do things out of your ability just because you have a strong arm. You do things with your head. Think. Be smart. But most of all, don't lose this game by a stupid mistake, a penalty, a turnover. Don't do it. Locke, please, we need you this game. We need you this game. And I don't know if Bridgewater's going to be back for the game against the Chargers and the Chiefs. I don't know. I'm not sure. Haven't heard anything. So this is your opportunity. Make it count in a positive way. If Denver wins this game, they go to 8-6. And if the Chargers somehow lose to the Texans, they go to 8-7. I'm sorry. Yeah, Denver would go to 8-7. My mistake. Denver, if they win, they go to 8-7. If somehow, some way the Chargers lose, they drop to 8-7. And then Denver plays the Chargers next week, a week from tomorrow. This is a pivotal game. This is a must-win game. Whatever amount of motivation you guys need, you've got to win this game. It's 11 on offense, 11 on defense, 11 special teams. Coaches have got to be on their A game. Exactly, as well. So that brings me to who I think is going to win this game. I said the Chargers would beat the Texans. I said the Chiefs would beat the Steelers. And now I'm saying the Broncos are going to beat the Raiders. I know I haven't been right in the last several weeks of my predictions, but I'm hoping at some point in time that pendulum swings back in the favor of who I said is going to win. I'm picking Denver because this is a must-win for them. It's a winnable game. The Raider defense secondary can't cover all of our receivers. They just can't. They have a strong front, absolutely. They bring the pressure. They bring the blitzes. Their corners, their end rushers, I should say, are fast and solid and strong. That's what scares me, because Drew Lock gets tunnel vision and he panics. And if the Raiders can lock into a panic mode and tunnel vision, it's over. But I'm just hoping that doesn't happen. So I'm putting my money on the Broncos to win this game because they have to. Plain and simple. I cannot go against them, guys, because they have to win this game. And it is winnable. If, and only if, Drew Lock can somehow rise above what he has been and become, even if just this game, become that QB that can somehow win a game for the Denver Broncos when it matters most. That's it, guys. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And we'll talk to you on Sunday right after the game. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your Christmas day, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.